Hello everybody, I am Shapples and welcome back to Let's Play Zombie Shooter 2. So this is the survival mode. Now there are different types of survival modes in this compared to between Zombie Shooter 1 and Alien Shooter. For a start, there's a campaign mode. Now this isn't the campaign mode, this is the stand firm. And stand firm is basically like the survival mode out of say Zombie Shooter, Alien Shooter, and basically you just have to survive as long as you can. And every time you level up you get a new weapon. I think that's how it works anyway. Oh no, sorry, you have to defeat a boss each time. Same way as in sorry, I was thinking of career. And when the screen kind of goes a glowing red like that, you get this big ass boss like him. That's like way too big for his own good. And once you beat him, then you get your next wave, just like in the original. He drops this gun. I'm not quite sure what gun this is, but it's double barrel. And you get a new weapon every time you defeat a boss, and you just have to survive as long as you can. So I'm going to do probably about two rounds of this, and the reason I'm only doing 2 rounds as opposed to my usual 4 is well, I think I only did 2 rounds in Zombie Shooter, I'm not sure, but either way, the reason I'm only doing 2 rounds in this is because I have the career to get through as well, so you know there's going to be plenty of survival mode fun, without a doubt. And just gotta keep, just like before in the first one, and just like in Alien Shooter, you just gotta keep moving. Because if you don't, you're going to get surrounded and you're going to be in deep shit very, very quickly. I don't think that it handles as well as it did in Zombie Shooter though, that's the only problem, or sorry, in Alien Shooter. I still think that the best stand firm survival was in, oh holy fuck, that's what we get already. I still think that the best stand firm of the whole shooter series was in Alien Shooter. It just felt more, you know, more chaotic. It felt, I just preferred it to the other games, the stand firm anyway. The campaign's nice because you go through a series of levels of survival mode, like different areas, and you have to survive each area. And each area you go through, it gets tougher and tougher, and then you have a level up system as well. And each time you level up, you get to choose a new gun from a selection of guns and things like that. And it works pretty well. I quite like it. And you get to also increase one of your stats by 1 as well. The stats aren't quite the same as what they are in the campaign, as in the actual single player game. There's 6 of them and they're slightly different to what you get in I don't know how I'm gonna kill this boss. He should have been dead by now and I wouldn't have too much problems, but I'm not gonna survive very long. I honestly have not had a lot of practice at this, so I'm a little bit out of my element, unlike with the others I've had practice. But this one I haven't really had practice with at all, so I'm a little bit kind of at a disadvantage here. I don't like this gun though, it's too slow. It's got firepower, that's all it's got going for it. It's just, you know, you just keep going until you die basically. Just like in Zombie Shooter, just like in in Alien Shooter as well. There's just no end to them all. Good way of getting your old accuracy increasing though. Now we've got 2 bosses on the scene, I think. Well, I'm only seeing one. There's a problem about that though. No, they're both there. There's one itty bitty problem about having 2 bosses on the screen. It means that another wave is about to come in. I need to take out that big fucker there. About fucking time. But I didn't even get... Well, that's not accurate, is it? Because I didn't even use that weapon or that one. So that's a bit inaccurate. I've only ever played this once before, which was on that. Right, we'll give it one more go. Alright. Let's try this once more. There we go. And you've also got the gun stand in this as well, just like you did in the first zombie shooter. As I said, that was something that came into the series in Alien Shooter 2, was the gun stand. So with Alien Shooter 2 being before either of the zombie shooter games, the gun stand does come into it. So just gotta keep on moving. We just need to get rid of that boss this time as quick as possible. But you only get 5 weapons by, judging by the score screen there. You only get 5 weapons, which is the rocket launcher, handgun, shotgun, minigun, rocket launcher, and another weapon I can't quite remember. I didn't really take much notice. I don't think I've even survived that long. Okay, so we got the shotgun. Excellent. Right, so once that big fucker comes along, we're just going to focus our fire on him. Because otherwise we're just going to end up like we did last time. And just end up getting more and more tougher enemies coming in, and you know, still a shitty weapon. So we just gotta be careful. We'll just keep on blasting the shit out. I've actually been sort of contemplating what to exactly do when it comes to Alien Shooter, because Alien Shooter 2, because the problem is that, as I said, there's 2 different Alien Shooter 2s. There's Vengeance and then there's Reloaded. Reloaded is the one that was released on GOG as opposed to Vengeance. Vengeance is only available through Signal Team's website, and you're looking at about €20 for that. Oh, armor, that's gonna help. So I'm thinking of going through Reloaded first because it's easier and cheaper to get your hands on, and and because I've already got it. I've long lost my copy of Vengeance, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to do Alien Shooter 2 Reloaded first because it's more true to this version. Vengeance was kind of almost a one-off. It was very RPG heavy compared to these, and the fans kind of didn't like that idea, so it ended up kind of getting forgotten about, and it was never really done again in any future games, I don't think. So they've kind of kept it simple like this, where, you know, it's not quite as RPG heavy. So I'm going to probably do Reloaded first, Alien Shooter 2 Reloaded first, for that reason, because it was literally a once-off, the way the RPG season the RPG elements and that went. So I'm going to actually do Vengeance as a separate game another time, just to sort of just to do it because it was different. It added a whole new sort of way to the game because you couldn't use weapons like you can here. It wasn't just about having the money in Vengeance. You had to have the skills to use the weapons as well, and that's where it really sort of changed the game quite a lot. And it's something that I do miss, but yeah, there's no point in moping about it because it's just not the direction that they've gone with any future games, and probably won't. But I will be getting it and showing you guys what it was like, because I personally really liked it. It made it a little bit more of a challenge, and it was good fun. So as I said, I am going to do Vengeance. There's definitely no denying that. I will do Vengeance because it was an exceptional game, and it was very different to the rest of the series because of its heavy RPG elements. So you know, I will get around to doing it, but I am going to do Reloaded first. So yeah, I just thought I'd sort of mention that because, you know, just to let you guys know that I'm not going to be leaving out Vengeance. I'm going to get around to doing all of Sigma Team's games because all their games are pretty good. You know, I can't say they've made a complete disaster. Like Zombie Shooter 2 is like this is a disaster compared to their normal standards, but it's not so much a disaster that, you know, I'd turn around and say that it's fucking god awful. It's not god awful, but you know, it is quite average compared to their standard work. It is quite average compared to their standard work, without a doubt. But there's nothing that, you know, you can do about that. You just gotta go with it. Anyway, we're getting right stuck into the action here, aren't we? I've never really gotten any further than this, so I don't know what I'm in for. I can't even remember if I saw the next boss before or not. It'll probably be a big ass guy with a fucking rocket on his shoulder. One of them guys, or something like that. At least this thing is pretty quick at reloading. But yeah, that's kind of how we're going about it anyway. I am going to do their other titles as well, even those weird ones. They're newer yet weirder ones that are not anything to do with the shooter series. I will be doing them as well. What else is there? I'll be doing the Return of Theus as well, I think it's called. I will get around to doing that too, because you know, it is a part of the shooter series. You know, it does fit in there somewhere. I'm not 100% sure exactly where it fits in, but it does fit in. Hello, Papa. We've got ourselves this beast of a weapon. It looks better when you're in the battle suit though, because it's like absolutely massive when you're using the battle suit. Where is everybody? Don't tell me it's gonna bug out on me. Alright, here we go. It took your time, fellows. I was beginning to wonder if you had forgotten about me, but it doesn't look like it. So I'm happy with that. Let's get a move on, shall we? Let's get this show on the road. Yeah. Ah yes, now it's getting into true shooter style chaos, isn't it? Ah yes, there we go. The frame rate's dropping with it. Big time. Holy shit. But I'll probably end up doing their 2 non-shooter games too as well, like Cax Temple and that, just because there's something different. You know, I probably won't play them to any extreme lengths. You know, like I won't. You know, I'd probably finish Cax Temple, but the other one I might do an episode or 2 about, but that's about it. You know, just to kind of show the game, and that'd be it. Like I wouldn't. You know, I don't even know if it's a game that has a storyline to it or anything like that. I honestly don't know because I've never tried it, but you know, it is free, so I might as well give it a go and sort of. I might end up doing a playlist called I'll end up calling the Sigma Team playlist, because it'll have a collection of all the Sigma Team games, and the fact that I've done a Let's Play of all the Sigma Team games. You know, I'll probably get to that stage, because my plan is to play all the Sigma Team games and do Let's Plays of them all. Alright, well that was definitely my best run by, you know, nearly 3 million points worth, so that's not too bad. But as I said, I'm going to leave it at that for survival mode. I was only going to do the 2, and in the next part we're going to go do 2 rounds of gun stand, and then we're going to do career mode in survival, and then we're going to leave it at that, because that'll be it then. There won't be anything left to do, because we've got the single player campaign done. We've now got Stand Firm done, and we're going straight on to Gun Stand in the next part. So thank you very much for watching, guys. I hope you've enjoyed the video, and as always, I will see you in the next one. Thank you, and have fun.